sounded like you wanted the bill to pass.
Of course I wanted the bill to pass, my amendment to pass. What my amendment did is take citizenship off the table, but it doesn't mean it doesn't mean that I supported the other aspects of the bill. I want immigration reform to pass.
10 days to go before the Iowa caucuses, and here we are smack dab in the middle of attack season. Great attack ads. Hammer away at the black hats of your party. Tell people how those evil people will split this nation apart, or you could just add the greatest folk singing duo of all time, Make Peace and Nice. Buy the world a dose of low blood pressure. It's all perfect timing, kids. Here we go. Feed it all to the political animal. Start with the Georgetown University professor, Republican strategist. He's got 100 loaves of bread and peanut butter in his home. He's going to outlast Snowmageddon in Washington, Bradley Blakeman, and Democratic strategist, CEO of Bannon Communications. He's going to go out on the street tonight, cars that are stalled. He's going to knock on the windows and say, "What are you people, stupid? You couldn't resist going out?" Which will be exactly what he needs to do. Brad Bannon. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining us. Bradley, I'm going to start with you first on this one because here we go. Donald Trump doesn't tell people what he's going to do. He goes right at Ted Cruz and pulls out just this little piece of bad moment for the great debater. Is this just the perfect attack ad?
It is the perfect attack ad, and I got to give credit to Trump. The fact that he went after him on Trump's signature issue of immigration and found a fumbling Ted Cruz is gold. And the fact is that Ted Cruz was for the amendment but against the bill and then for the amendment. Look, this is really, I think, something that is going to hurt Ted Cruz. It's effective and it's funny, and I give Trump some credit.
So here comes Ted Cruz then in attack, and he goes after Donald Cruz or I should say Donald Trump. See, boy, wouldn't that be great if we had Donald Cruz as a candidate here? He goes after Donald Trump as being something of an elitist. Here's what he did.
Eminent domain, fancy term for politicians seizing private property to enrich the fat cats who bankroll them, like Trump.
I think eminent domain is wonderful.
It made him rich, like when Trump colluded with Atlantic City insiders to bulldoze the home of an elderly widow for a limousine parking lot at his casino.
He doesn't have no heart, that man.
Trump won't change the system. He's what's wrong with it.
I'm Ted Cruz, and I approve this message.
When Cruz gets into this, guys, he talks about eminent domain, a wonderful thing, talks about Donald Trump knocking a poor lady out of her house and building a parking lot. Brad Bannon, to you on this one, though. Doesn't it seem that Cruz, he doesn't get it? Donald Trump goes at it and gets these great moments here, but talking to people about eminent domain is not really going to make much of a difference, is it?
Well, yeah, and you're talking, this is your classic dumpster fire. You should send Senator Cruz and Mr. Trump fire extinguishers. They're going after each other. I agree with Republican Brad that the first ad, the Trump ad against Cruz, is devastating. It makes Senator Cruz sound like an inside deal maker, a wheeler and dealer on Capitol Hill, and that's the worst thing you want to do. On a Trump ad, it's sort of your classic hit ad. It has the picture of Donald Trump, and the word stripper is next to him, King of New York. That's pretty much everything you can use to alienate your average Republican primary.
All right,
voter.
now let's be fair here, Brad. Let's go ahead and look to the left here for a moment, because Hillary Clinton has a new ad which targets Iowa and New Hampshire, and I swear it looks like it was picked right from the 3 a.m. phone call a few years ago. Here we go, a little piece.
The person who lives here has to solve problems as big as the world and as small as your kitchen table. That's the job, every day. And now, the First Lady who helped get health care for 8 million kids. The Senator who helped a city rise again. The Secretary of State who stood up for America and stared down hostile leaders around the world is the one candidate for president who has everything it takes to do every part of the job.
Brad Bannon, come on. You can do better than that, can't you? That's a pretty weak ad.
Yeah, it is. I'm not crazy about it. It's not very direct. There's nothing of substance in it. So my guess is he's going to spend a lot of that money on that ad, and it's not going to do her much good. It probably did help her in 2008, but we aren't in 2008 anymore, and you would think they'd come up with a new idea.
You would think they would. All right, now here's the ad that everybody is talking about, a little piece of this. Bernie Sanders brings back Simon and Garfunkel. Most of the people who want him elected don't even remember who Simon and Garfunkel is. But here's a piece of that ad.
I've got some real estate here in my bag. Counting the cars on the New Jersey Turnpike, they've all come to look for America.
Bradley, I throw it to you. Come on. That's just brilliant stuff. I mean, that's got everybody talking.
Well, I think that it's got everybody talking. It's nostalgic. But the next thing I think is going to happen is Bernie's going to put on a bandana and head off to Woodstock. I mean, it is about as disconnected. If Bernie wants to appeal to the young people, this isn't the way to do it. This is a walk down memory lane for Bernie Sanders. I don't think it's effective at all. And nor do I think Hillary Clinton's ad is effective at all. She got the 3 a.m. phone call. She slept through it, and then she lied about Benghazi. People don't like her. They don't trust her. And that's not Republicans, that's Democrats.
Bradley, real quick, or I should say Brad Bannon to you. I got to bring you in here on this. Do you think the ad from Bernie works?
No, I don't think it's very direct. What Senator Sanders is trying to do there is this is an ad that's directed not to young voters, but to baby boomers like me. And baby boomers, if you look at the polls, aren't as supportive of Bernie Sanders as young people who were very supportive of him.
Although I do have to tell you, though, it got my toes tapping. I was thinking back to Simon Garfunkel again, but as I said, most people won't even remember it. We're out of time. We'll come back. We'll do this again. Bradley Blakeman, Brad Bannon, be safe in Washington, D.C., please, gentlemen.
Thanks.
We'll talk to you both real soon. Stay with us. The fastest 60 minutes in news, The Hard Line, continues.